Hello, I am the Irish guy, and right, you know the drill. Premier League Game Week 10. Let's take a look at some predictions. Right, let's go. Crystal Palace 0, Tottenham 2. Yeah, because it was a Monday night football game, I don't think anyone really noticed, but lads, this was my prediction for Tottenham versus Fulham.
But yeah, another straightforward, comfortable 2-0 win, with James Maddison netting another goal.
Yeah. People say that I've got the prediction ability of a dead cow. Well, lads, I have accurately predicted one Premier League result every weekend for the last month. The streak continues. And I'm sorry, but it's going to be the same thing this weekend too. One of these results is going to be absolutely 100% nailed on perfect. And if it is, you have to write on Monday's video,
Irish guy is a king!
And if I don't, I don't know, have an outside bath in Prime. But yeah, here we have Spurs traveling to Crystal Palace. Again, it's weird. Roy Hodgson is almost seen as a walking, talking skeleton who has been around forever, while Ange Postecoglou is apparently the new up-and-coming fresh coach who's just pulled a Michael Richards and burst on the scene. And no, not really. It's weird that Postecoglou is only actually 18 years younger than Roy Hodgson. Honestly, in 2 decades. Big Ange is going to be the one who looks like he needs adult diapers and needs to be fed his breakfast by a nurse. But yeah, once again, a 2-0 Tottenham win with James Maddison scoring. Just watch. Chelsea 2, Brentford 2. Most Chelsea fans probably think they're back now after almost beating Arsenal. Yeah. Almost. And then Robert Sanchez decided to leave his brain in the sock drawer, almost single-handedly chucking the points into a garbage bin. Oh, well done, Robbie. And yet David De Gea is the one out of work, sitting at home drinking sad little milkshakes whilst begging the cat for a kiss. While as Chelsea fans will probably feel a bit queasy, but I am now predicting you to not be able to beat a Tony-less Brentford at Stamford Bridge. But lads, Thomas Frank has your number. He is your boogeyman in the closet. And I'm not just saying that because he looks like he belongs in a 2-star vampire film. But lads, he left Stamford Bridge with comprehensive wins on his last 2 visits. Right now, Chelsea fans should be terrified of Frank. And again, I'm not just saying that because he looks like he lives under your nephew's bed, just getting ready to chew his feet at 4 a.m. I'm going to go with an entertaining back and forth 2-2 draw. I think Raheem Sterling will bag a double, and Brian and Mbemo will score. And yes, big County Kildare centre-back Nathan Collins will bag his first Bees goal, towering home from a corner kick in the 89th minute for just his 5th goal in English football. But just you watch, when Collins scores, and he will, I would look like the biggest Einstein on the internet. Arsenal 5, Sheffield United 0. Paul Heckingbottom does not belong in the Premier League. The fact this bloke is actually regularly appearing in interviews on Match of the Day, I can't get my head around it. It's been like me boarding an aeroplane and seeing True Geordie behind the wheel with a bottle of rum. No thanks. I think I'll instead swim to Paris, thanks. Arsenal are going to make absolute light work of the Blades. This is going to be scarily easy for them. I know Sheffield United have actually given the Gunners problems recently, especially at the Emirates. Arsenal had to grind out an 2-1 home win 2 years ago. The season before, Mikel Arteta had to settle for a 1-1 draw, with many people questioning why this young, handsome Spaniard was even in the Arsenal dugout when he had less managerial experience than a paralysed chipmunk. But yeah, I'm sorry, Arsenal will have an absolute field day. An easy 5-0 win with Gabriel Martinelli bagging his first ever hat-trick. And I promise you, Heckingbottom will be sacked on the bus ride home. Honestly, he's going to spend the last hour of that journey just awkwardly crying into his lap. Bournemouth 4, Burnley 1. This is it. A battle between 2 managers who I thought would explode this season. Lads, I've tipped on Tony Iriola to lead Bournemouth into Europe. I love Vincent Kompany would consolidate a top 10 finish with Burnley. Am I mad? I said 9th for Burnley. Actual 9th. Not even Kompany's own mum believed he'd actually achieve that. I feel like my expectations were way too high. It's a bit like if my dad had told me that I'd one day be king of Ireland. We don't even have any kings. But listen, I'm sorry, Kompany, but with each passing week the Bournemouth don't win a match, I'm looking more and more of an utter bird brain because I have such intense belief in Iriola to do well. I was absolutely sick of the media pining for Gary O'Neill. So to see him leave Bournemouth's ground with a win last week, it was nauseating. I'm sorry, but Iriola was a La Liga monster with Rayo Vallecano. He was able to outwit the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona. And yet the English media are obsessed with O'Neill because why? He used to fetch Jurgen Klopp some microwave pasta at Liverpool. He was even just invited onto Monday Night Football to explain his master plan behind beating Man City. Ain't no master plan, Gary. You had 1 shot on target. Can we all just calm down? The same week we saw O'Neill being lauded by Jimmy Carragher on the telly. We also had to put up a stupid report that the Cherries were going to sack Iriola. I'm sorry, I don't want another week of that. So I have to predict that Bournemouth are going to stomp all over Burnley as if they're a fat teddy bear filled with chewing gum. I'm going to go with a roaring, monstrous 4-1 obliteration. This is the game where it all clicks. Come on, Bournemouth. You owe Burnley an absolute pasting. They battered you 4-0 in September 2018, then 3-1 on your own patch in April 2019. They beat you again in December 2019, stuffed you 3-0 in February 2020, and knocked you out of the FA Cup last season by scoring 4 on your own turf. You have to stop letting yourselves getting utterly bullied by Burnley. This is a battle between both of Eddie Howe's exes. Surely we're going to see some lovely football. Surely. Wolves 0, Newcastle 3. This is the most 1-1 fixture in the Premier League. This game might as well have 1-1 tattooed on its head, because that is what tends to happen here. Lads, if Mickey Almiron had not scored a late winner against Wolves in March, then that would have been the 7th 1-1 draw between these teams since February 2019. There have been 19 1-1 draws between Newcastle and Wolves. What there has never been is a 3-0 away win for either team. So this is risky. This is likely going to be a 1-1 draw, just, you know, in keeping with tradition. But you know what? I think you guys are going to be furious after a pretty anticlimactic, wet weasel, dismal Champions League defeat to Borussia Dortmund at home, where the atmosphere was pretty dull. I know that the weather was terrible, and most people were probably a bit deflated, so being stood soaking outside the pub, drinking pint glasses filled with 80% rain. But it's just such an ugly, horrible match, and I think the entire squad is going to have a point to prove. Newcastle have their problems, all right? Both Alexander Isak and Jacob Murphy picked up injuries in the Champions League. Sandro Tonali has been told to do nothing but eat spaghetti and cookies for the next 10 months, so it's not ideal preparation. But I just think Eddie Howe is going to freshen up the team, and I see Joe Willock back from a 6-month layoff. I see him getting a start, nicking a goal, and leading a revitalized new-look Newcastle team to a 3-0 win. Honestly, I see Howe making major changes. I see him bringing in Matt Targett, Tino Livramento, Joe Willock, and Callum Wilson to the starting 11, and yeah, 3-0. It's going to be 1-1, isn't it? I swear, if this game is 1-1, and I forfeit my 100% correct prediction for the week, I'm gonna be mad. West Ham 1, Everton 2. Everton versus West Ham has not been a fun watch. Not recently. Oh no. The last 9 meetings in the Premier League between these two have been 2-0, 2-0, 1-1, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, and 2-0. Just a pretty boring formulaic pudding mulch match. But listen, it's always interesting seeing David Moyes taking on his former club, but the tables have now massively turned. When Moyes was the Everton boss, he barely ever lost to the Hammers. From December 2007 to January 2015, Everton played West Ham 15 times, did not lose once. But that's completely different now. West Ham have won 4 of the last 6 games against Everton. They are absolutely massive red hot favourites to beat them again. Remember when Moyes, after a disaster at Sunderland, was almost on his knees begging for a return to Goodison Park? And Everton fans sneered at yesterday's man that bringing him back to the club just 4 years after he left was about as revolting an idea as having a baby with your mum. Yeah, I mean, I bet you wish you had him back now. Lads, I'll be honest, I am scared. I've said that for every week Everton spent in the relegation zone, I would chuck a bucket of cold milk over my head. I've done that 5 times this season. It was not fun, but results have picked up over the last month. I've been bone dry for the last 4 weeks. And then this story hits that the Premier League have recommended that Everton's punishment for alleged FFP breaches should be that they are docked 12 points. 12 points, which would put them rock bottom of the league on -5, 6 points below the team who lost 8-0 at home. No, please, for the sake of my skin. No, if that happens, then over the course of the season, I will literally be milking a family of 20 cows. Please, no. Part of me thinks that Everton will lose to West Ham 3-1. A huge part of my brain believes that. But I have to hope that the Toffee sticks some points on the board. So please just let them nick a 2-1 win. I'll go for a 2-1 win. Yeah. Although the logical part of my brain does say 3-1 to West Ham. Well, come on, Everton. Please just win. Beto with the winner. Aston Villa 4, Luton Town 0. Luton Town do not want to be playing Aston Villa right now. No chance. They are absolutely razor sharp. They almost look unstoppable at Villa Park. They've had 4 Premier League matches at home this season and scored a combined 17 goals. They have the best home form in the entire competition. Imagine saying that back in 2016, when their home record for the entire campaign was 2 wins, 5 draws, and 12 defeats. Mental. So yeah, I know Rob Edwards began his career at Villa Park, and this is a nice, sweet little romantic homecoming, but asking a former Forest Green Rovers coach to pit his wits against a former PSG and Arsenal manager, someone who's managed in 5 Europa League finals, winning 4 of them. Again, no, it's a bit like watching Manny Pacquiao being told to beat up Joe Weller. Yeah, he can probably do that, even if he replaced both his eyes with Kinder Eggs. Sorry lads, but an absolute 4-0 beating. But I think the goals will be shared. 4 different goal scorers for Villa: Ollie Watkins, Moussa Diaby, Leon Bailey, and Douglas Luiz. Bosh. Brighton 1, Fulham 1. Brighton do not like playing against Fulham. Many of you will be expecting Roberto De Zerbi's team to blow the Cottagers out of the sea, but no, Fulham have not actually lost to Brighton in nearly 7 years. January 2017 was the last time. Since then, it's been 3 Fulham wins and 2 agonizingly dull 0-0 draws. Right now, Marco Silva knows exactly how to stop the Zerbi ball. I mean, you remember that smash and grab win at the Amex in February last year? Honestly, 1-1. Liverpool 4, Nottingham Forest 0. So here we've got Steve Cooper returning to Liverpool. A promising coach, yes, but I'm sorry. You are going to get absolutely slapped up here. An absolute Liverpool blitz. Forest don't stand a chance. I'm sorry, no. If they manage to leave Anfield with any sort of result, be it a draw or a win, then I will do an entire video singing a Beyonce song in the middle of a public road. Oh yeah, an absolute Liverpool hammering, with Mo Salah scoring all 4 goals. Just you watch. It's gonna happen. Man United 1, Man City 3. Look, I know that Manchester United have had an okay record in the derby in recent years, sort of, but I'm sorry, I see nothing other than a Pep Guardiola masterclass. People say Man United have turned a corner. Have they? Are you really supposed to be inspired by scraping past Brentford, Sheffield United, and Copenhagen? This Man United team has massive frailties, and I'm sorry, but I just see another Andre Onana blunder on the way. Harry Maguire will revert back to looking like a fighting Teletubby, trying to deal with a colossal Ballon d'Or magnet like Erling Haaland. Honestly, it'll be a bit like watching Pingu trying to wrestle Jaws. City will absolutely dominate possession with over 70% of the ball. Scott McTominay will get sent off for his stupid stamp, and yeah, just an absolute City masterclass. Inspired by Phil Foden, will grab another goal and a Man of the Match award. Lads, this is a guy who always turns up in derbies. It gets a bit lost and forgotten because Haaland got one too, but Foden did actually score a Derby Day hat-trick against Man United a year ago. Not enough is made of that. A Derby Day hat-trick. If he did nothing for the rest of his career, he still guaranteed himself a free Capri-Sun of Manchester for life. For that alone, honestly, we are about to watch Foden absolutely grill Old Trafford like a steak and kidney pie. And that's the video. Let me know what do you think. Let me know what are your predictions. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to get like, as always. I'll talk to you in a while.